So what I'm going to do today is some pebble painting. Now, whenever I see a nice stone, I'm sorry, but I always pick it up. But I also managed to get some of these online, and they are really nice stones. And I might do some carving on some of these in a future video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out a few stones I think will look nice with some painting on. There we go. There's those three. Oh, this feels so smooth. Quite like that one. And I may do something with that one as well. As you know, I do a lot of drawing and sketching and patterns and things. And so I'm going to choose some patterns out of my sketchbooks and do them with that. Because there's so many different things in there. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is give these stones a bit of a clean. Because they're all a bit dusty at the minute. And all I'm going to be using for that is a baby wipe. How lovely they are when they're wet. So they're going to look amazing when it's varnished. And what I like to do with these is put them in pots that I've planted up. They look great if you're selling your pots with some cuttings in and put them in there. They just set it off and they don't really cost anything to make. So they're all nice and clean. Now you can do a sketch on them with pencil first. I mean, it's not going to show very well, but you can. You can see where that pencil mark is, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to go straight on and draw on them. So what I'm going to do now is put a little dot in the middle and then do a rough circle all the way around by just twisting the rock like this and holding the pen in the same place, thickening that line up a little bit. So there we go, we've got that done. And now I'm going to put a little loop from that centre bit to there, from that centre bit there to there. And then on these bits, all I'm doing is then extending that out like that, okay, onto there till I've got no more gaps left. Just each time you do it, you just make it that little bit shorter than the previous one. Such a simple pattern. I love doodling this pattern. And there you're finished with that, like that. So that's my first one. And that was inspired by that pattern that I made. And I think this one I'm going to do a little flower on. Again, I'm going to have a circle for the beginning. And then all I'm going to do is put leaves on it like this. And they don't have to be perfect. And then in between those leaves, I'm going to put some more leaves. And then keep spreading out like this. I think that'll be enough on there. And this one I'm going to do with a black acrylic paint pen because I think this will look nice to start with. So what I'm going to do is put my loop on there, and these are the stalks of my flowers. These are my leaves. Okay, and they're the tops of the bits of the flower that I'm going to draw. And these are easy to draw. These are just little snowdrops. You just need a bit of a curve in the middle there. Another little petal there. Another little petal there. And then a few lines. Some lines in these leaves. And then there's that one done. There's lots of different things that you can do with these. And on this one, I think I'm going to draw a poppy. And they're quite easy to draw. You just need big kind of flowing leaves like this. And then I pop some leaves behind. There we go. There's a poppy on that one. Let's draw a little stem down there as well. There's a little poppy. That's why these sketchbooks are so useful as well to keep. I love looking through them. I've got so many of them. And on this one, I think I'm just going to draw a little sunflower. So now I've got them drawn, all I've got to do is colour them in. And that should be really, really easy. I want this to be dry first, so I'm going to give it a quick burst with a hairdryer. And it doesn't matter if you go over your lines because you can always put them back in again afterwards. So all I'm going to do with this one is pop my white in, like that. Pop a little bit of green in these leaves. If you haven't got Posca pens, you can use normal paint. You can use any other acrylic pens. I've got some by Arteza. I've got some really, really cheap ones and they work well. You can use normal paint. I think I just said that, I'm not 100% sure. And I will show you how to protect these as well afterwards so that they last a nice long time. I'm just going to put a few little lines back in there. So that one's done. This one, I think I'm going to do lots of different colours. Again, all I'm going to do is fill in where my white lines are. And the great thing about Posca pens and these sorts of pens is, so if when these are dry and you think, actually I'd like that to be a little bit more solid, if you go over it again, then it will come out really solid. Or if you go over it with a different colour, it will cover up really well what you've done before. Because I'll probably go back over my white lines on this just to make sure that they are prominent enough. So I'm going to use a different colour here. For this one, I'm going to try something a little bit different, something I've not done before. I'm going to make the centre of it black, like that. But for the petals, I'm going to try these gold chrome markers by J. Diction. Now, I think the nibs of these are going to be a little bit too big for me to get delicate in there. So what I'm going to try and do here is place some of this gold on here like this and use one of these micro brushes to paint it on with. Now, I know that this is going to take a little bit longer to dry. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, that has come out awesome. Look at that. Oh my God. And it goes a long way. Look how far that has gone. Doesn't take much to put that on. You've just got to be really gentle and let the actual micro brush itself do the work. Wow, that one has come out awesome. I absolutely love that. So what I'm going to do with that one now is try with one of the silver ones and do exactly the same thing. I think I might have to go around this with a different colour pen other than white. Don't think this white is going to show up against this chrome. So that chrome one has come out really pretty already, and I think once I go in there with a black, that will look even nicer. And this one I'm just going to do with a normal red Posca pen. Fill that in, but the middle I am going to do black, but not a solid black. All I'm going to do is put lots of little lines in it. That'll let some of the stone colour come through as well. And if I want to add a bit of white in there once that's dry, I can. And then fill these leaves in. I'll show you how I've tidied up my lines once these are dry, as well as how I seal them and what I put on the back. So it's really easy. Once you've got them and they're completely dry, all I do is then reinforce my white lines by going over them like this before I seal them ready to hand out. And then on the back of them, I always write something. For instance, with this one, I'll put given with kindness. Now, you could put your website on there, you could put your YouTube channel on there, you could put lots of different things on there. So once they're all dry like they are, I place them in a box, I put a mask on, and then I use some yacht varnish spray. And this is great for anything that's outside. I give them a very light coat. Now, this is a gloss finish, but you don't have to use a gloss finish. You can use any finish you like. I leave them to dry. Then I'll give them another quick spray, turn them over and do the other side, and I'll show you what they look like finished. Well, these have all done now. They're lovely and dry. They have come out so pretty. I love them. And the ones with the metallic paints on are amazing. I'm not sure if you saw these. I made these over on my other channel. These pots and these plants I always grow myself. And you can just pop them in and around here if you're going to sell them. They cost you nothing to make, but people really love this sort of thing. So there's that one. And I could pop those in there like that. You don't have to put 3 in, you could put 1 in. And they just add a little bit more value to what you've done and have cost you nothing to make. I'll link the video at the end of this one for how I made these. It's really simple, but a great effect. Move that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.